This is an amazing and underutilized machine at the gym. It's called a GHD, or glute ham developer. And it's called that because it's meant to develop your glutes and your hamstrings, although in the CrossFit world, a lot of times we use it for ab development as well. First thing, we want to make sure that when we set up, this pad back here is adjustable. And we want to move it far enough back that when you get up across the pad, your feet go in between on the backside. And when I hinge over, I want the crease of my hip to be right on the front of this pad. If I'm too far back, I have to round my back to come over. If I'm too far forward, I'm gonna feel way too much pressure on my quads and it's gonna feel really uncomfortable. The goal here is to teach your hips, your hamstrings, how to do work. So when people are squatting, a lot of times they're very quad dominant. It's just a function of being a modern human. And this is a great way to try and get these muscles to turn on with what's called a hip extension. So for a hip extension, I like to actually start up. I'm gonna extend, I'm gonna flex my quads, my glutes and my belly, shoulders back and down. This is our top shape, so I'm really active. Now, keeping your spine engaged and straight, only hinging at the hip, we're gonna come down until you feel your belly touch the pad, and then we're gonna engage using our glutes and our hamstrings. So my back is doing nothing here other than staying stable, but my glutes and my hamstrings are going to squeeze me up to that top shape. Do 15 or 20 of those, trust me, you'll really start to feel it on the backside of that leg. What we can also do is what's called a back extension, and this is a little bit more of an advanced maneuver. If you're somebody that's working with spinal issues or trying to understand how the segments of your spine move, a back extension, we're gonna move each segment of the spine individually, and this is much harder, takes a lot more body awareness. So staying straight, first I'm gonna tuck my chin down, so my cervical spine rounds, then my shoulders tuck over, so my upper back rounds, then my mid back starts to go, and then all the way down to the low back. Once I get to the bottom, I can extend straight, and then do the same thing in reverse. Low back, mid back, upper back, head. And that's designed to be done nice and slowly, nice and controlled. There, you might only do 3 to 5 repetitions. The third and final thing that I'm gonna show you on the glute ham developer is what's called a glute ham raise. And these ultimately are what this was designed for. You might need a band to do these. I know I certainly do. What I'm gonna do is use a little bit of momentum coming up off of a hip extension and show you what it looks like. So after I extend the hip, the next step is I'm gonna contract the hamstring, and the goal is going to be to get upright in the top of that shape. So ideally we would do that without momentum, but they are very, very tough to do. If you're looking for a way to get started, grab a buddy, grab a partner, knees on the ground, have them hold your ankles, and you're just slowly going to roll over towards the ground. You're gonna get to maybe 45 degrees and fall the rest of the way. That's okay. Catch yourself with your hands, push back up, and just work that negative for a little bit. Then eventually, we'll be ready for that glute ham developer.